Now that we're complete with building the triangles and we've viewed them, now there may be necessary to make a change. So we'll kind of take a look at Edit Tin tools inside the DTM tool palette. Edit Triangles is a tool located on our DTM menu bar. I'm going to go ahead and access the Edit Triangles tool. That tool requires us to specify the tin file that we'd like to edit and the view, the MicroStation view that we want to edit in. We also have some display preferences that are up to the user as far as colors and weights and styles. We're going to go ahead, for our purposes, display in our triangles and our contours to kind of give us an idea of what's going on. So here I'll click OK, and you'll notice it will load up the tin file into the graphics display. Again, this is just a display only surface, except that when I refresh my view, now it comes back. So we're editing a tin in memory, and when we're ready to save those changes back to the actual tin file on the hard disk, we can click a Save button. So we'll be able to visually see changes. If we don't like those changes, then we just don't save those changes and we undo those. So we don't permanently make any change to the surface until we click the Save button. At that point it writes it back to the disk. Now we have a Save view in MicroStation that will zoom us into an area where we'd like to make some changes. We can access that Save view by accessing the Bentley B and next to our View 1 and going to the option View Save Recall. Once there, we can have a save view called Edit 1 with a description of Edit Tin exercise. We'll highlight that and click Apply, and that will zoom us into a particular area of our surface that we want to change. I'll go ahead and close that dialog, and we're going to edit this area here. We have numbers on the triangles that we'd like to make changes to, and what we're going to try to do is alleviate this, what we've created here is a flat spot based on the triangles kind of interpolating back across from the same elevation to the same elevation. So we're going to change those and have those triangles go from the contour above and down. So we're going to use a tool called Swap Line, which will take, for example, this particular contour or triangle line number 1 that goes across, and it will then swap it and have it go up in that direction. So I'll click the Swap Line tool. We simply are going to ID the line that we want to swap. So first thing we'll do is click the ID line button. Then we'll click on the line labeled number 1 and we'll accept it with an additional data point. And you can see now it's pulling a different direction. So again, continue with that same, I'll ID line 2 and accept it. I'll ID line 3 and accept it. And I'll ID line 4 and accept it. And at this point you can kind of see the contour start to evolve. So I'll ID line 5 and accept it. I'll ID line 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So now this result looks a little bit different than our previous result when we first came. So if this is what you want, and you want and everything looks fine, then you simply just save, and at that point we actually save it to the tin file. If I do undo, everything goes back to the way it was. So I'll click Save. That'll save it back to the hard disk, and we've now made a change to our tin file. We can close the Edit Tin tools when we're done, and when we refresh you'll see the graphics kind of disappear. At this point we're done editing our tin, and we're going to move on to some analysis tools.